Delve is a boss that is widely considered as an endgame one.
However, with the right approach, waves 1 to 8 and potentially beyond can be feasibly farmed in the mid-game. Here I will show you how I farmed this boss to skip to the Eye of Ayak and got a nice pair of shoes along the way.
Collection log slot completed.
This guide assumes that you know how to do 1 to 8 with the ranged method, so I won't be going in depth on the basics, and I will just explain the new things.
We'll be using melee primarily for this approach. But why? Ranged as a style only starts to shine later on in the Iron Journey for two reasons: rigor and dragon ammo. Melee on the other hand hits a big power spike in the mid game as you can unlock the best prayer, Piety, much earlier. Plus, Doom has a low base defense and doesn't scale as you descend. Because of this, mid-game weapons are feasible to farm the boss as you wouldn't expect to noodle too much. Take note, the difficulty for this method is higher than that of regular Doom with range, as it requires you to be very precise both with your clicks and the timing of the clicks. Here's the setup I used. First, the essentials: Blood Moon, Zombie Axe, and your grub killers. I bring the Atlalal for this and to hit the boss in Carface if needed.
The Barrow's Gloves, Strength Amulet, and Imbued Berserker Ring I would also mark as essential to give you the DPS you need to prevent the kills from going too long. Plus, these are readily grindable by this point in the game if you don't already have any of them.
Next, the really good items. Not required, but extremely helpful. The Toxic Blowpipe specs on trees always max, and provide you with a virtually unlimited source of healing. I also feel that bringing a damage dealing spec weapon against the Carface is really good. I personally like the Granite Maul for Carface. I didn't crunch the numbers, but the DDS also shines greatly against the car because of its high max hit. Now, the downgradables. The treads of course can be downgraded to Dragon Boots or Mixed Tide Boots.
Finally, the Brews and Restores can be downgraded to Hard Food and Prayer Pots, and the Super Combats can be downgraded to Super Attack and Super Strength. The Gothic Stress and Sandfew you can also downgrade to Anti-Poisons.
Now let's move on to the mechanics of the boss. For levels 1 and 2, Doom has an attack speed of 6. For the purpose of this video, when I say attack speed, I'm referring to when he shoots an orb and not when he melees you. For these levels, you can use full Blood Moon. Don't be afraid to take hits while learning. If you'd prefer, zombie axing 1-to-1 is viable too, though you'd be attacking at the same speed as the boss at 6 ticks. Personally, I don't recommend this, but it is viable. However, if you'd like to learn the attack pattern of the dual
Makwawit.
doing step backs that take the boss attacks maximizes the DPS you deal. Don't forget to abuse the Holy Waters. The dual
Makwawit.
is also a great weapon for melee punish. For waves 3 to 4, Doom attacks faster at a speed of 5. Same with the Zombie Axe. Again, set it to crush. There's nothing too different about these waves other than the attack speed. So just hit the boss, do shield phase, and kill the boss.
For Wave 5, he gets a new transformation, and Blood Moon shreds it. The Blood Moon set's damage distribution is top heavy against low defense monsters, and falls off more compared to other weapons because of the second hit needing to also pass its own accuracy roll. Two small tips: the
Makwawit.
overkills trees, so it spawns the orb the tick right after you hit it. Second, you can utilize the control click to walk on the tree you want to hit so you can quote-unquote cue the orb spawn. Now wave 6 and up, this is where the fun starts. For the smoothest runs possible, we need 3 rocks before the shield phase. The biggest run killer is easily Carface going wrong, so I strongly recommend being patient and getting all 3 rocks in place, especially if you're learning. If you're looking to go beyond wave 8, it's better to be more careful with your thralls, only summoning them once you confirm the boss isn't spraying the side you play in. Since the sides we play are east and north, west and south acid sprays are thrallable. Again, only if you want to go beyond wave 8. Thrall away to your heart's content if you're looking to claim after clearing wave 8. The green tiles are where you want the rocks to go to prep for car phase. Our DPS for this phase is heavily dependent on melee punish. 2
Makwawit.
punishes is almost certain to get us to shield phase. There's nothing special about shield phase, just do it like you normally would. Now, car phase. For the first charge, you want to stand on or behind this line. This lures the boss here, which negates the first slam completely, and positions it perfectly for where we placed our rocks to maximize our DPS against the car. Now, we attack from this tile. If you're here when he scans you for where he should go next, he simply stays in place, allowing you more melee hits. The better you time taking cover behind rocks, the more DPS you can do, but losing a tick or two isn't the end of the world. This is also where you use your damaging specs if you don't need the healing from blowpiping trees, or if you didn't bring a blowpipe in. For tree phase, only hit the boss if you're going for wave 8 clears, as acid here is really bad. Nothing special about orbs, just do it and wait until shield phase. After this is basically freestyle, but it shouldn't be for long, as it's rare for the boss to still have a lot of health by this point. But, just in case, remember, controlling the car is the most important thing to smoothen the run. Wave 7 is where the boss starts attacking at its fastest, at 3 ticks. That and the fact that the boss slams 4 times during orb phase are the only noteworthy differences between wave 6, so I'll just go through the level really quickly. Because the boss attacks faster, the window to melee safely is at its narrowest, at 2 safe ticks. Worry not, 2 melee punishes are enough for you to safely get to shield phase without getting meleeed. But sometimes, he keeps bouldering without melee punish. If this happens, tree phase can appear before the first shield phase. No need to panic though, just do it normally if it happens, but it isn't too common. Here's how the fight goes fast forwarded. If you'd like to watch an example of how the later waves are supposed to go, I uploaded a 1-16 CA run with this rough setup. Link in the description. Finally, wave 8. For the first 2 boulders, the best way to set it up is like this, because these 2 tiles are just outside the blast radius of the falling rocks. If you happen to have a shadow in the middle tile and try to set it up, the boulder would instead be placed in a random tile within the blast radius. You can try to delay shield phase and ensure that the 3 rocks are in place, but doing the order this way would allow you to skip such an inconvenience, as you can guarantee a setup in 2 rock attacks. And, believe it or not, that's all you need to know for wave 8. Just apply the previously explained procedure and you should be able to get through this wave and a few waves after if you wish and have the supplies to do so. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all, and please take care of yourselves.